Christian Carpenter here with Everything Residential. We have another good one for you today. We'll be starting, we actually broke ground on a home addition. It's another one we did, kind of like our previous YouTube video. We're converting this part of the garage into a bedroom. Right here's the kitchen. We're gonna make this a doorway. We're actually gonna relocate the door here, put in some beautiful French doors, and bring it all up to code. Everything we do is permitted, so we actually I made blueprints on some graph paper and I got the permit approved. So we broke ground today, ripping all the old concrete out, and we're gonna pour a whole new slab level with the existing house. So we're actually gonna remove all the walls, and you'll see some time-lapse footage of that. Over here, as you can see the rafters right here, this is a load-bearing wall. So we have this shored up wall right here supporting it, and you can see the size of that beam. Also, another thing I want to show to you, point out to you guys how you know this wasn't permitted is look at the wall. It's directly on the ground. So when it rains, water actually comes into the garage. So you know this isn't actually a permitted, because if you permit this, they will not allow that. So we're actually going to pour the whole slab up. This is going to be 1.5 feet wide by 1.5 feet deep footer. A bunch of rebar in it, and we'll re-put the beam up. We'll reattach it correctly this time. So stay tuned. We're gonna roll the intro right now, and we got some time lapses, and we'll see you on the other side. Bang energy drink, gallon of water, and stopping at the Young Quick Trip. When you're doing concrete work, sometimes you got to put on some Joe Rogan so you don't have to think about all the pain you're going through jackhammering. But here's a pro tip for you guys. When jackhammering, make sure you're putting the bit farther away from the edge of the concrete so you can create bigger pieces of concrete. So you're not sitting there shoveling small little pieces like I'm doing right there. And sometimes the concrete, it's inevitable. The concrete just crumbles apart. And sometimes you get big chunks like you see right here, Nathan. He gets big pieces of concrete in the wheelbarrow, which makes the process so much faster. And believe me, it was brutal these couple days removing all this concrete. We filled that entire dumpster up. It had to have been probably 20 or 30,000 pounds. Full flex! Woo, it's a lot of concrete. All right, there it is for jackhammering. What do you think, Nate? You pretty tired?
1 out of 10 would recommend getting yourself a tractor.
A tractor, that's right. Here's a little pro tip. Get a wheelbarrow like this. Oh, push it down like that. Show Nate. After a long, hard day at work, there's nothing comfier than a wheelbarrow like this. And that's facts. It's the last album. It's the last bucket of the album.
Don't drop the last bucket.
Here we go. Uh-oh, you got a big one. Alright, here's the tough part. Dumpster's full, so we're gonna do a full send on it. I'll be on your left side here.
Turning on the turbos.
Just don't fucking fall off the ramp, brother. Nice, that was a good one. Woo, look at all that concrete.
Whole day and a half.
Whole day and a half, the whole thing.
Jacked up, baby.
Before we leave, we're going to actually soak all this with water. That way, when we come back with a compactor, it's all nice and moist and we'll be able to compact it all down. Okay, here we are. You can see our footer's all dug out, good to go. We always go a little bit bigger than what it calls for. We're gonna get a compactor, compact all this. We're actually gonna get some dowels and dowel into the existing slab. It doesn't call for it, but we're just gonna do it anyways. That way it has a good connection to the existing house foundation. Next up, we're gonna be doing some rebar. All the number 4 rebar is gonna go in here. It's just 3 sticks, nothing special. We'll do our form work and we'll be ready to call for an inspection. So there it is. We'll see you when we're doing the form work.
Day 3 of the CAC and Nate the Great concrete endeavors. Go ahead and see here, we got our footer dug out. Our forms here are built. The forms are going to be used, we use some 2x6s, as you can see, to kind of match the height of the existing slab that we're going to be going up to. So if you can imagine this, the concrete slab is going to go pretty high. So we got our compactor, our dirt's all laid out, CAC is going to get going, and keep watching.
Okay, now that the ground is 100% compacted, I'm actually gonna run, I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm actually gonna run to Pioneer and grab some ABC rock and just put a nice layer of ABC rock down and compact it. And the reason we do ABC rock is because, I mean, it's not necessary, but I'm just gonna do it because, first of all, it's cheaper than concrete. And you can see how much concrete we're gonna have to pour. And secondly, this is a little, there's clay in here. And you can tell by, that's nice and compacted. You can tell by getting it. You could squeeze it together and it clumps up. So there's some clay in there. So I'm gonna get some AB rock in here, and ABC rock doesn't actually expand or contract when water touches it. So that's why you use it, because it's a solid base. It's not gonna expand and contract like clay would. So we're gonna get some ABC rock in here, do another compaction, and we'll be good to go. ABC has arrived. Okay, we just got the entire base, the foundation, 100% compacted. We put a ton of ABC, which is aggregate base course rock down. And as you can see, it's completely compacted. Next up is we're going to actually install our rebar dowels. So Nathan's gonna go ahead and drill into the existing slab of the house. And we're gonna dowel in rebar. It's probably gonna stick out a good 16 inches. That way our 2 slabs kind of bond together and they're perfectly, strung together. So we're gonna roll the time lapse. You'll see Nathan doing that.
Hey, what's your nickname? Blow dryer. Nate the Great back with you, and in a lovely Wednesday, our footer all complete. Number 4 half-inch rebar, doweled into the existing concrete to strengthen and solidify it. And here in my hand, I have some of our permitting paperwork. Shows blueprints and all the fine line details that we're gonna need here to pass the inspection. So again, always wanna have the paperwork with you. Bring the inspector out, and we'll see you when we pour the concrete.
It's the day before concrete. We got the inspection approved for the footer. Let's come take a look. Got our wheelbarrows ready. Got our broom ready. Got our boots. We have a couple boots in the truck, so we kind of get everything in the job site ready to go before the actual concrete pour. That way we could show up with a coffee and just kind of relax and get ready, do a little stretching before we start hauling concrete. But I got some oil here. I just use the canola oil. There's a little bit left. I'm gonna bring the rest from my house. And you come over here and take a look. Ooh. I'm actually oiling the boards, if you can see that. Oiling the forms. Get it all oiled up, and then we'll do another batch of oil before the actual pour. That way we can take these forms off without the concrete adhering to it and ripping concrete off. They'll just come right off. Oil it up here. There it is, a little bit left. Now we can at least start concrete, all the way up to here, but we're gonna do another batch, oil it all up. But we got all our stuff ready to go, and we'll either create a ramp over here or get the concrete truck back here, or we'll actually unscrew this concrete form board and pour concrete everywhere. If you come around here and look, we'll pour concrete everywhere, and then we'll finish up right here, screw it back on with the tap cons, pour wheelbarrows over top of it. Got our hose ready, everything's ready. We'll see you tomorrow morning when it's dark out at 5:30. 12 hours later. Get some oil it up here. Oh, it's concrete day here at Everything Residential. The truck's about to show up, oil the boards up. Got the Savage on site right here. Nate's recording, and it takes 3 of us. We knock this slab out. Concrete trucks rolling up. Nate's getting the ground wet one more time. So we got ready mix. They're gonna add a couple chutes to extend it right here. That way we're not running as much. Got Savage out here helping us out.
Morning, everybody.
So we're screeding this way. Once we get to this point, we're gonna transition our screed to this direction and then throw our form board on. Oh, getting in the way, yeah?
A little bit out there, right.
A little early, premature.
What's the next step of the concrete pour, CAC?
We'll flood it, and then we go get some breakfast.
Is that right?
That's right.
Stay tuned and check out the episode.
Clean the barrels, hosing the driveway off. We got some rock to clean up over there from actually running it. Driveway cleaned off, and we are all screeded. Excuse me. We are all, the bull float's done. We got our edges looking pretty clean, and we just gotta wait now. It's a little wet before we do another run on the bull. All right, there's the slab. Hop over here without messing it up. We're gonna let it harden a little bit more, and then we're just gonna broom it and be done with it. Probably come back and try these edges real quick. We just practice, we don't necessarily need to edge, but we practice edging. And when we edge it, it gets us more of a sealant we can put on the mud sill. So there's that.
Savage here. It's evening time. We're after the pour. These guys have been here all day working their butt off. They broomed this. It's set up now. Come and take a look with me. But I just wanted to touch base with you guys on, we are a mile from downtown Gilbert. And this guy just added 210 or 20 square feet to his home that's probably valued at over $200 per square foot. And it cost him a fraction of that to build this. So the math is real simple. What a great thing. This could be a great Airbnb. This can be many things, but it added that much square footage to him. So I think it's a great investment to take little projects like this and put it into your home. We met this client from Angie's List, which we're a service provider of the year in 2020. We hope to be again in 2021. So we met him, we come and talk to him, part of the process, explain to him that it's going to need to be permitted, and that's a little bit of a delay and a problem, but we took care of all those problems. It's just a time thing, just time. So we're through that. We passed this permit and we passed this inspection, and now Christian will explain on about the other inspections we have in the building process.
Okay, you guys saw don't broom on a concrete slab we pour for a home addition. However, we wanted to practice, and so me and Nate broomed it, and the broom was a little stiff, and so there's a little slurry left over. But now we know, so we're gonna order a horsehair broom to, we learn from our mistakes. Anyways, look at the slab. Just go ahead and pan around, look at the slab. It looks really good. As you can see, it's a little smaller over here and a little bigger over here because this used to be a carport, so the old concrete is sloping this direction. So our concrete might look crooked, but it's actually pretty level. A couple other things I want to show you guys coming here. I want to talk about this and how you know it's not permitted. Up above here at the rafters, you might see there's like a shim. And if you go over here, it gets bigger, bigger, and bigger, and bigger. And that's in every single one. That's because when they built this old carport, it used to probably be a pergola or something where you didn't have to slope the roof. So they came in and said, hey, we need to roof this and make this a garage unpermitted. And so what they did is they put some shims in and roofed it, and they didn't do it, they didn't permit it. Your inspection, I should say, and we got some more subs working with us, and it's gonna progress. As always, please go ahead, if you have a question, leave a comment, ask anything. We're totally down to answer any questions you got. Subscribe, hit the bell notifications, all the good stuff. You guys have a good day. CAC out.
One more thing, just so you guys know, we service the Phoenix Metropolitan East Valley, which is from Scottsdale to Ahwatukee, Santan, Gold Canyon, Apache Junction, Tempe, Mesa, Chandler, all that stuff. Gilbert, we're in Gilbert right now, as I said before. So we do home additions, we do cement, we do excavating, we build, we're electricians, we're everything residential. So anything you need, give us a call. We'll answer any questions you have, no problem. So thanks for listening. Savage out.